1993, the year some assholes attacked the Twin Towers for the first time. Canada won its second World Series.
And the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
Jurassic Park brought dinosaurs back to life.
That is one big pile of shit.
And hair metal breathed its last gasp of life. Tonight, we make a mixtape with some of the greatest songs from that year right here in the Hair Band Basement.
This is the hair metal theme for the Hair Band Basement show, where I talk about hair metal and stuff and things.
Welcome to the Hair Band Basement. I'm your host, Basement Brian, and tonight me and Jay are going to do a 93 mixtape. When I started this, I started with 92, thought I'd go back only to maybe 86, and then people liked the series, and there's a lot of good albums that came out in 93. I asked Jay, hey, you want to do this? He was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. So let's do this.
Now let's do this.
I'll say this, we did drop the ballad thing. I was like, fuck that, we don't need that. Let's have some real fucking rockin' songs on this mixtape and do it right. So, same as always, 10 songs. What are you popping the tape in? What are we hearing from the first thing off your mixtape?
Oh, first thing you're going to hear is the opening cut off of an album called Bump Ahead by Mr. Big. The song's Colorado Bulldog.
Nice.
And fuck, I mean, if you're a Mr. Big fan, you know what you're in for. I mean, them guys are, they're a master class in superior musicianship and catchy songs. And everybody thinks of them as the To Be With You band. They are so fucking much more than that. This song is a testament to it. Colorado Bulldog will kick you in the fucking nuts. All you have to do is listen to it.
Yeah, and you're right. They got pigeonholed into being a ballad band. And what was the big one off this? The cover of Wild World, wasn't it?
Oh, that, and they have a song called Ain't Seen Love Like That.
Yes.
That was a hit. This album came out like September-ish in 93. Should have been out earlier. It's funny about the ballad thing. When they got done recording the album, they turned it into Atlantic. Atlantic kicked it back and said, we don't hear a hit ballad like To Be With You. So sent them back to the drawing board and made them add Wild World. I mean, it's a good thing. That album, I mean, I want to say it probably went gold, but I didn't look at it. I'd be surprised if it didn't, because it did have a couple of radio hits on it.
Yeah, it did. And for 93, that's pretty good for this type of music, because by 93, grunge already came.
Right. Anyway. I mean, if it didn't go gold, it had to have been damn close.
Yeah. When did Cobain shoot himself? 95? So it was still like peak goddamn grunge time. And for all these bands to have any kind of success like this, because they were black labeled, because all these bands were.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and to be able to still have some people, selling albums like this. But you're right, Mr. Big is a fucking great band. Oh my God. All of them are so goddamn talented. They should have been bigger.
And still, Paul Gilbert is every bit of a great guitar player today as he was when he was in Racer X back in the mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
And Billy Sheehan, he's never lost a single lick. I mean,
amazing.
Unfortunately, Pat Torpey is not around. And, I saw Mr. Big a couple years ago. Eric Martin, he still has a great voice. I don't know if they were kind of in the middle of a long run and he should have taken a couple days off, but he was a little rough, but he still had the tone and everything sounded good. So, I think they're completely retired now. I'm not, or
the band is done. Yeah, they had their last couple years ago. They called
it was the tour I called the Big Finish, but it was towards like the middle of the tour. And how some bands do it, they make it take 3 years for a farewell tour. So I saw them in a place called Barnado in Omaha, Nebraska, on a weeknight.
Wait. The place is called Barnado.
A fucking place is awesome. I've seen
That's
Armored Saint there,
hilarious. That's
and this was
hilarious.
about 250 people. So I mean, the stage is a foot off the floor, and there's
Yeah.
no barricades. So, I mean, you're right there, and it's a really intimate setting. And what a better way to see a band like that? I mean, it was fucking
Yeah. That's a good
$30 ticket and a show of a lifetime.
But see, that's a good point. From the band's point of view, it's like, fuck, we're playing a small place. But as a fan, that's a fucking great venue to see a band.
It is, but the way touring is now and how musicians make money. I mean, to say you're in Colorado on this day and you're in Illinois on this day and you're driving right through Nebraska and Iowa to get there, play a small place, make a few extra $1,000. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it totally makes total sense. Yeah, I wish I saw them. Never had a chance to see them. But maybe once the time machine convention, go back and go see them. All right, let me go with my first song here. This is a band I did not know about back in '93. Came across them a few years ago. I think it is one of the best sleaze metal albums out there. And a band releasing a sleaze metal album in '93 is just crazy in itself because it's way past the any kind of sleaze metal prime. But it's the lead off track from Alley Cat Scratch's Dead Boys in Trash City, Stiletto Strut. What a fantastic goddamn song. Just the part where he goes, check this out, motherfuckers, and it goes right into it.
Check this out, motherfucker!
But my God, what an unbelievable song. I remember playing this years ago on my Station Head show, and people were like, "What the fuck is this? This song is amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah, the whole album is, but the whole album is great." But yeah, that's a fantastic song. Had to start my mixtape off with it.
Well, it's fucked up. Until recently, I had never heard that.
Mhm.
I had heard of them, but I was doing a video with Trevor and a roulette, and if I remember right, it came up in there or it came up in discussion somehow, and he had me check them out.
I texted you.
Yeah,
said, you don't
yeah,
you
you
got to
did too.
check this album out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
and
was
you were
just
like, fuck yeah,
the
this is
same time when
amazing.
you guys both told me about it.
Mhm.
But fucking awesome shit. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, dude, sleaze metal and grunge eras take some fucking balls.
Yeah. Yes, it does. You're right. And it doesn't, I don't understand why it wasn't bigger. Like, it's not like they're both dirty, both filthy bastards. So
Uh,
why not?
well, you know what it boils down to? Too many people wanted to shoot heroin and not enough wanted to snort coke.
Yeah, yeah. What other song are you going to get the line? I just want to floss my teeth with your underwear. Like, it's pretty much sums up the album right there.
You
But
gotta love that lyrical content, don't you? I mean,
yes,
if it
yes.
doesn't make you smile, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, yep. All right, what's your next track?
Oh, Body Talk by Poison.
Oh shit. Okay, I don't have anything off with Native Tongue on mine.
Well, I mean, I'm a big Poison fan.
Mhm.
Was I heartbroken when everything fell apart between CC DeVille and the band? Of course I was, because well, CC is revered to me. But with Richie Kotzen, I mean, that was a great album. Was it traditional Poison? No. Was
No.
it the next step after, Flesh and Blood? Yeah. If you listen to some of Flesh and Blood, it was more serious
Mhm.
than, open up and say, oh, or look what the Cats are doing. And Body Talk, I mean, it's probably as close as you're going to get on that album of something that could have been from before it. It's got that party atmosphere to it. It was one of the singles. And, just like Mr. Big, to have anything that resembled a hit from that type of band in '93, you were doing
Yeah.
something right. Native Tongue went gold. I mean, it somewhere inside the top 20 on the Billboard charts.
That's nuts
So, I
for
mean,
93.
I remember Stand was pretty fucking big. So was Until You Suffer Some Fire and Ice. I remember hearing Body Talk on the radio. I mean, it was kind of cool, especially at that point when you weren't getting it.
Yeah, I see. For me, that album just doesn't click with me because I'm putting Poison on for the good times and the strippers and the cocaine. And you're right,
Right.
this did take a more serious turn, but I never thought Kotzen was a good fit for the band either. I mean, he was a good fit for Ricky Rocket's fiance, but other than
Yeah.
that, band decides to boot CC and replace him with Richie, who ends up banging Ricky's fiance. But I don't know. It just seemed like it just wasn't. He wasn't the right guy to replace, CC
Right.
DeVille.
Was I remember Ricky and Bobby wanted Lou Saraceno, who they ended up getting, and Brett wanted Richie, and so as still plays today, what Brett wants, Brett fucking gets, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But if I love what Richie did on the album. I think it's great.
He's a
But-
fantastic player. I'm not going to knock his
Yeah,
skills.
but
He's a really good guitarist.
Richie, when he was doing the older stuff, he massacred what CC did. If you've ever seen some of that live footage, I mean, Richie's a great guitar player, don't get me wrong, but that was fucking stupid. Him not at least trying to have the spirit of the original music.
Yeah, and it sometimes it doesn't work when you try to play other people's stuff. Like just recently, who the fuck was it? Oh God, who's playing guitar with Sammy Hagar? Fucking Satriani.
Yeah.
Trying to play. I think they were on Howard Stern's show. I want to say maybe they're trying to do 5150, or maybe it was Mean Street. I don't remember which song it was. It just didn't sound right because it's not Eddie Van Halen doing it.
A few moments later.
I mean, come on, Satriani's an incredible guitarist, but he's not Eddie Van Halen. And it's not saying I'm not comparing skill. It's not skill wise. It's just the sound and tone you have with your own style. Style wise,
Right.
it's just not
the
the same.
whole thing about Phil, if you will. I mean, Satriani is a fucking gifted player and one of the all-time icons. I mean, Christ, he taught Kirk Hammett how to play guitar.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's been, everybody should know Joe Satriani if they don't. But it's the same thing with him doing that stuff with Sammy, where he's trying to, do what Ed did, as John 5 is in Motley Crue trying to do what Mick Mars did.
Yeah.
You can play the parts, but the feel, the passion, all the shit that makes it kick ass is gone.
Yeah, it's not because it's not the same person. You can't be someone else on an instrument,
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, speaking of Motley Crue, this is my number 2. Look in Her Eyes from Vince Neil's Exposed. I mean, I'll say this. I think Exposed is a better album than Motley Crue 94.
What did you say?
I know. Put it in the comments, folks. I know people love that album, but I don't know. Exposed has a different feel to it, where I think it's more like traditional Motley Crue.
Yeah, I agree.
But with Steve Stevens playing, it's almost got an upbeat party side to it. And there were so many songs I could have picked from that album, but yeah, Look in Her Eyes is so killer. I just love that.
I agree. It's a fucking badass song. It's a badass riff. I got something from this album later on my list.
I had a feeling you would.
The same thing. I could have picked any number of songs off this album for this list. And yeah, I considered Looking in Your Eyes. But tell me, Steve Stevens is a great player. a little too showy maybe back then. With the ray gun bullshit for sound effects.
Of course.
What do you think Vince's solo album would have turned out being if they had had the original idea for a guitar player being Adrian Vandenberg in the band instead of Steve Stevens?
Oh, see, I don't see that's the whole. Because I was going to say this when you brought up Native Tongue. Would they have had that same? Would Poison on the same album as CC was still in the band? I don't think you would have. That wouldn't be the same. I don't think Exposed would be the same. It'd be a different album altogether. And I don't think it'd be as good. It's that over the top. I don't know if over the top's the right word I want to use, but there's a different element to that album with Steve Stevens playing it. I can't again. Vandenberg's a great guitarist, but I don't think he would have done what Stevens did on that album. No way.
Yeah, it would have been. I mean, you listen to say, you're invited, but your friend can't come. Listen to the original that was on the Encino Man soundtrack that had, Damn Yankees plus Vince Neil minus Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Recorded that versus what's on Exposed.
Is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Yeah.
I like the Encino Man version better.
I might agree with you on that.
I don't like what Steve did in the solo on it on Exposed. I think it sounds too cheesy.
This is over the top playing. Every now and then he'll throw it in there. Yeah. I think overall it works for the album, definitely. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't think, again, I don't think Vandenberg is pulling that off, and that album's definitely not going to be the same with him playing instead. But I don't know. Did Exposed go gold?
It went gold in Japan, but their sales.
What's gold in Japan though? That's the question.
What it is here?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Think, like gold in Japan's like 100,000.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the thing. Different countries have different.
I know that it was. It couldn't have been far off of it here. I mean, that fucking thing hung around on the charts for a little bit. I remember it tickled the top 10. And I mean, let's be real about this. This is Vince Neil and, Motley Crue. A lot of people were still huge fans at that point, and he struck first. And I will agree. It's more in line with, classic Motley Crue than the 94 album by far.
Yeah, and I think you're right. A lot of those sales came from what's Vince's solo album going to be like, because Crue fans just wanted to see, where they were going to go with this. I don't know which one sold more, if it was this or Exposed or Crue 94. I couldn't.
They've got to be about the same.
I think they are.
I know, at least for the longest time, 94 didn't go gold. I don't know if it ever ended up that mark or not, but I remember when I looked into it at one point, several years ago, it hadn't hit it yet.
All right, what's your number 3?
Oh, a little band called Asphalt Ballet had a couple albums. Their debut is awesome as fuck. Well, I'm a bigger fan of their second and last album called Pigs.
Really?
And there is some fucking killer shit on that album. Name of this song called Save the Children. It is fucking incredible. And it was almost a coin flip between this and Out of Hand as to which one I was going to pick. They're back to back on the album, and I love them fucking equally. I mean, if you're expecting to put this album on and hear their debut, don't.
Nah.
If you go into it with an open mind of wanting to listen to some killer fucking hard rock, then you're going to love this.
Yeah, they switched singers on that, so they changed a lot. I like the debut more. That debut is so fucking killer. There's so many good songs on that.
No, the Asphalt Ballet is another one of them completely overlooked bands.
Oh yeah,
I mean, really, aside from that success that they had on Dial MTV or whatever the hell it was with Soul Survivor,
yeah,
nobody fucking knew who they were.
yeah. You're right. You're totally right. And there's so many good songs off that debut. I like Pigs. I'm not gonna say it's bad. I like the debut more, but they just never really blew up. I mean, 91 for the debut and 93 for the follow-up. It's not gonna all of a sudden be huge.
Right.
I saw them on tour in a small club. Speaking of small venues, for the when they are on tour for the debut, fucking killer show. That's a goddamn
Fuck
good
it.
show.
I'm jealous as hell of that. There would be one of them bands that's on my bucket list to see if they ever did a reunion.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to remember what the fuck was the name of the place? Sparks might have been out in Long Island. Saw a bunch of I saw them there. I saw Bang Tango there. I saw Junkyard there. And it's like they're not big places. So you're just like, fuck, you get right up to the stage, no problem. And it was a fucking great place to see a show. But then you got your local bands and shit too. So man, it was a good place. It was a good show. It really was a good goddamn show. All right, my number three. I'm sure I wouldn't be. I'd be surprised you don't have something off this album. Nothing to Lose off Arcade's self-titled album. Just the bass intro alone is fucking killer. But again, another album. If it came out earlier, it is 93. Probably would have been huge. But yeah, there's so many great songs off of this. I just went for this
Mhm.
one because of the intro, because the bass intro. It's so fucking ballsy. So goddamn ballsy. But yeah, you got all these, big names from the industry, or at least from the genre. 93 didn't do much. Just didn't do much.
And it's a damn shame because really, if you were to list projects that Stephen Piercy's been involved with, list all their albums, rank them. I would put this easily over a couple of their ad albums.
Yeah, I
mean,
would. Totally.
yeah, I mean, Arcade is, I mean, you kind of, aside from him, you kind of had, you know, known but unknown qualities, one of the guys from Sea Hags and,
Yes.
that type of shit
And
in the band.
who is the bassist? Fuck, what's his name?
Uh,
I thought he was from something.
I remember it, but it's not coming to mind right off the top of my
I
head.
don't remember if it was like a Cinder. No, it wasn't Cinderella. It wasn't what's his face. Nah, I'll put it at the bottom. The
Yeah,
bottom always gets it right.
yes, it
Like,
does.
but yeah, there were names from the genre that made on this album. See, Hags,
Yeah,
they're one of the only albums really good too. Talk about a good sleaze metal album.
yeah. I mean, I like both albums that Arcade put out. I think fucking Stephen Piercy. I mean, he's got a unique voice. I like it.
Yeah,
Some,
I'm with you.
some people find it whiny or whatever. I'm not one of those people.
I don't know if I call it whiny.
Oh, I've heard it from more than a few people.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if I would personally ever. Nah. What's his face? Mike Tramp. Sometimes, yeah, I can hear it, but Piercy, no, not so much. No, it's not. I'm not even close. All right, how about you number four?
Another one of those little known things that I have in the back of my collection, if you will. Resolution by Disturbance.
I don't really know
Disturbance,
that.
only to my knowledge, there's not much information on the band that's easily accessible. They put out an album called We Come Out at Night, and the lead track off of it, or probably the only one off it that got released as a single, it's called Resolution. Um, there used to be this thing called Rock Video Monthly. And if you subscribe, which my cat did because he was fucking badass like that.
And
Uh,
with had a shit ton of money, and he came in a
yeah, I
large
mean,
inheritance when he was 3.
he probably fucking, you know, had a deal with the devil somewhere. I mean, he was an evil little shit. pissed in my bass drum once upon a time. Anyway,
He pissed in what? Wait, what?
pissed in my bass drum.
That's first of
This
all,
cat would
it takes effort. That's one angry cat to take the effort to fucking do that.
he was something else. I mean, he pissed on a stack of Metal Edge magazines one time. He would turn lights on and off. I swear to God, I'm not under the influence of anything right now, or nor was I then when that all happened. But
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Like an angry cat.
Anyway, with Rock Video Monthly, once a month, get a videotape. And remember videotapes, because we're old fucks. So kind of like cassettes, TV brother, if you will.
Yep.
And there'd be like 10 videos on this videotape that my cat paid like $9.99 for, maybe. And I found a lot of bands from there. That's what turned me on to Dream Theater.
Dream Theater's awesome.
Jackal had videos on them tapes. Exodus, all hard rock and heavy metal stuff, but Resolution's catchy as shit. I would love to know more about the band, but I mean, they don't even have a Wikipedia page.
Oh shit!
With fake information on it. So
yeah.
Without digging out the credits, I mean, I couldn't even tell you who the players in the band were. But I mean, it was a good album. Few other catchy tunes on it, but Resolution is still in my playlist today.
Didn't you bring them up on the show at one point before?
I have.
Okay, that's where I heard it from. Okay, I was gonna say I know of them. I know I heard the name sounds familiar, but yeah, I don't know. Couldn't name one of their songs or anything about the band, like you said, or didn't have the album. So
if you like say Bango the Bells by Babylon AD, the guitar riff in Resolution is it's not the same, but it is in a similar vein to that song.
Okay.
So I mean, it's catchy as fuck.
All right. I'll have to look into it. All right, that's we've talked about this band numerous times. We brought up this album. This song is fucking killer. Junkyard Dog (parentheses Tears and Stone) by Winger off their album Pull. Fucking just killer shit. Oh my god. I think it's their best album. I almost went with Blind Mad Revolution.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Junkyard Dog is just so fucking ballsy. Unbelievable song.
What I loved about that song is that was the first one I heard off Pull, and I don't remember what fucking tuning they start that song in, but then they drop it down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, holy shit, Winger got fucking heavy.
Yes.
And it's like, I mean, that was hook, line, sinker. Fucking loved it. Still love it.
I think that's the album. Well, within the Heart of the Young, they wanted to go heavier, and the record company was like, "We need some hits here. You can't put this out." But like this is the album when they finally went, "No, we're gonna be fucking serious. We're not fucking around anymore. No more poppy shit." Which I love the first two albums. The debut might be my favorite, but I think this is their best. This is their best album easily.
Yeah, and I remember, when it came out, I'm reading the liner notes because that's what I fucking did. It's what I still do.
They had to do. Had no choice.
Yeah, I mean, Kip Winger kind of took the reins production-wise on an album. Him and the hell was the guy that produced Adrenalize for Def Leppard. Those two guys produced it. I remember it was on like almost a shoestring budget because the record company, I mean, they owed him a record, but they really didn't want nothing to do with it.
They weren't going to put money into it. No.
In
93, they're going to put money into Winger?
Who's already been destroyed by Metallica. And
yeah, by then, yeah.
I mean, God, this album's represented on my list too later on, but it's a fantastic album.
Yeah, and part of me feels like if the record company was more involved and put more money into it, we may not have gotten such a heavy fucking album.
I
They
agree.
they might have been like, hey, we need hits,
They
ballads,
would
all
have
the same
probably forced
shit.
their hand in a more commercial direction.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm feeling. That's the other thing. When you're on your own, do what the fuck you want. And the record company's like, who cares? Fuck yeah, you can pull. All right, so what's the last track on your side A or one, depending what the fuck the tape says?
A little song called House of Pain by Every Mother's Nightmare.
Oh, I almost had something from them on this.
This is another thing that was on my Cats Rock Video Monthly back in the day, where
A
I found
smart
out
cat.
about Every Mother's Nightmare.
That's
So
one smart over pissing cat.
I must admit I miss Mittens on the frequent because well he had fantastic taste in music, my furry little buddy. But fucking Every Mother's Nightmare is just I mean most people know their debut because you know the ballad, if you will, the hit.
Yeah.
Love can make you blind.
If you listen to House of Pain and you don't feel that, there's something wrong with you.
You're right. Those first two albums are just so many ballsy songs on it, and you're right. They got the ballad was big, that's what they were known for, but the rest of their shit is like fuck.
Well, and especially with this song, you got that fucking driving bass riff
Hmm.
and just a little bit of understated guitar. And then when it fucking, you can hear in his voice, you can hear the fucking, the power, the hate, whatever he had behind him
Yeah.
for this song. You can fucking feel it. Awesome.
Yeah, that's an album that like that. I don't know how much it sold, but I don't remember anyone talking about it at the time. Wow, it's a shame because that's a good fucking album. I should have had something off of that. All right, my number five is from a soundtrack. I think they have like another couple other ones off this soundtrack. My honorables. This is probably my favorite one off of it. Last Action Hero by Tesla from the Last Action Hero soundtrack. That fucking song, just the chorus alone sounds like it comes from a fucking action movie.
Boss?
And just I like the movie. I'll say this. I like the movie. It's goofy and shit, but it got panned at the time. But that soundtrack, holy crap, there's so many goddamn good songs off of it. And that
I agree.
song, it's easily my favorite off of it. It's so goddamn kick ass. It's Tesla. Tesla doing Tesla, you know?
Right. I mean, this song would be one of them that's actually in my honorables also. It is a fucking great soundtrack. I mean, Alice in Chains, Megadeth, Tesla.
What's the Anthrax song off that?
Oh God.
Oh shit, I just had it. Something my eye.
Poison My Mind.
Poison my oh, that is a great fucking song. Really
Bush
good.
era Anthrax is fucking underrated. Everybody thinks Only is the only fucking song or the shit.
No.
They need to listen again because
Sound of White Noise is my
fucking
favorite
great.
Anthrax album.
442 is fucking awesome.
High Pro Glow is fucking great. Package Rebellion is fucking awesome. That whole album is just fucking
Black
amazing. Yeah. But I agree, totally agree. It's they were really good at that time. But what's the one with the Queensryche song "Real World" is good off that soundtrack
Yeah,
too, and it's something different. Big Guns by AC/DC is fantastic. There's so many goddamn good songs on this fucking thing. One of my favorite soundtracks, easily.
well, that's one thing about a soundtrack that used to be good. They would get bands to write shit for the movie that wasn't on the albums or whatever, and it made the soundtrack an event.
Yeah,
And somewhere along the line, that disappeared, probably due to financial reasons.
maybe.
Who
Yeah,
knows? But you look at soundtracks from the 80s and the early 90s, and they were fucking awesome. I mean,
I can't think of any recent movie that had a soundtrack that was like, oh, this is fuck. Like you hear songs in the movie like I Gotta Get. It's all like old songs. It's
The
songs that are
last
30, 40, 50 years old. You're like, shit.
Behold,
I'm the love that you've looked for.
fuck.
the
All right.
last movie song that I remember hitting in a big way was "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing" by Aerosmith from the Armageddon soundtrack.
When was Armageddon? Like 2000, no, 1998 or some
Yeah,
shit?
it was fucking way back then. That's the last, and I'm sure there may have been more since, but not one that strikes in my mind.
That movie sucked.
And
too. Oh
Aerosmith
my
didn't even
God.
write that fucking song, unfortunately.
No, of course not. Of course not. I remember seeing that in the theater, and I'm like, this movie. My girlfriend at the time wanted to see it, and I'm watching this, going, this fucking movie sucks a bag of shit. And there's a scene where there's fucking space rocks landing on Earth, and Paris is blowing up. And I look over at my girlfriend, and she's dead asleep. I'm like, oh fuck. And this thing's like, it's like a half hour into the movie. I'm like, God damn it. Ugh.
Brother, you got fucking played.
Oh man, it just got dumber from there. I was rooting for the asteroid in that fucking movie. Just wipe it all out.
I don't
Hard
blame you.
reset, start over. This is the damn done with you, man.
Don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep. Come
All right, so what do you flip the tape over, pop it in? What's the first song you got leading off side 2 or B?
There was an album of essential leftovers the Def Leppard put out called Retroactive. Now, some people might say, hey, that wasn't a fucking song written in 1993. Well, suck on my nuts.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Fractured Love is an unreleased song from the Hysteria sessions, and it's fucking kick ass, and it's on there, and that kicks off my side 2 of this tape.
Well, hey, if it came out in 93, who gives a shit when it was written?
Oh, remember, we got like the little trolls that like to hang around in like a Sub-Zero basement. Like,
Of course.
I'd have nothing to do besides eat Cheetos and beat off to watching somebody who's probably getting their fucking balls licked by their dog because there's peanut butter on them.
Oh, you don't what?
Holy shit, you put some thought behind this scenario.
No, actually, I didn't. That was all straight off the cuff. You could say I'm a little bit of in a perturbed state of mind today. So my ears are going a little bit. Anyway.
Yeah, if it wasn't released, the year was written, how the hell you count it for that year? That's bullshit. That's stupid.
Right, I mean.
That's dumb. That's when it came out. That's when it was done. That's what
right, and as far as Retroactive goes, most everything on there had not been released, or at least it wasn't released in that capacity, I don't think. And there's so much good shit on that album.
I gotta revisit it. I really, I was in college when Adrenalized came out, and I was not impressed. I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time with this album, and just never really got back into them after that. I was done with them. They really haven't put out much. Like the newest song just came out when this airs, like what, last week, whenever the fuck it came out. I'm just like, it's there.
Right. Yeah, I haven't
there.
listened to it yet, but I saw some jerk off listen to it like 24 times. So, I mean, I'll get around to checking it out at some point in time. However, if you want to listen to some real cool shit, the Def Leppard did that for some reason didn't make the cut on whatever album they were working on, or didn't get a fair shake. They put it on there. I mean, a song called Desert Song.
Yeah, so
killer. Fractured Love. I mean, it's heavy. It could have been on, to me, it could have been on easily on Pyromania.
That's a statement. Okay.
And there's a lot of good shit on there. So
Is this stuff that was recorded or meant to be on like Hysteria and Adrenalize, or is it older shit?
No,
Or
I mean there's stuff on there that goes way back.
way
I
back?
mean,
Okay, that's probably
yeah,
why.
they got a couple different versions of Two Steps Behind on there, from Last Action
Yeah, that's
Hero.
a good song. I like that
They
song.
got an
That's a good one.
electric version on it, which I actually like better than
Okay.
the acoustic. Um, Miss You in a Heartbeat, they got a couple different versions of it on there,
Okay.
and that song is meh. But yeah, I mean they got some old stuff, and they got some song that Joe did with Hot House Flowers or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, it's a little unique, but it's cool.
No. Maybe I'll dive into it again. I don't know. I just those first four albums, all right, I'm all in. After that, well, let me take that back. Let me think here. First three and a half. I'll say 3.5 albums.
I'm gonna go say first. Yeah, I'll go 3.5. Skip one, hit one, skip one, and
Yeah,
there's
they
a
really
little
were all over the
stuff
place.
here and there ever
Yeah.
since.
They never put out another album like High and Dry ever again. They never
Oh,
will. And they
fuck.
never will. They never will.
I would fucking love it if that were possible, but they don't have that fire. They don't have that guitar duo. It just would never happen.
Yeah, just not gonna happen. Yeah, you're right. It sucks, but all right. My first song off side two. I've talked about their debut numerous times. I think this one's just it's up there. I don't think it's as good because there's some lineup changes and the original lineup didn't play in the entire album. It's all over the place. But it has what the fuck's his I forget his first name, Keeling, the vocalist from Baton Rouge singing on it. And it's I'm on Fire by Blue Murder off their album Nothing But Trouble. There's some really solid songs on this goddamn album. Really good stuff. This might be my favorite one off the album. And I think part of it is they got an actual vocalist singing on it. I don't think John Sykes had a bad voice. Wasn't incredibly great. I mean, it's a solid voice, but when you hear this one, holy shit! And the whole song is just kick ass. Fucking great tune off this album.
I mean, I've heard bits and pieces of that album, but I've not listened to the whole thing. So that's on my fucking to do list, if you will. But I have heard that song, and it's solid as shit.
Yeah, it's a really good tune. Again, by '93, Blue Murder wasn't gonna blow up, you know. And I know the rest of the band, like Franklin and Carmen Apiece, weren't there for all the songs, and it's all over the place. And it's like, where you going with this? The band's not together anymore. You got to find other guys. The album's not going to be huge because of when it came out. And it's 4 years after the debut, and it's all over the place. But yeah, there's some really good songs on it. I'm not going to knock the entire album, and
Right. I mean, because
that's just a killer
really,
too.
if grunge wouldn't have happened, the attention span would have kicked in on people, and they still wouldn't have gave a shit by that point either. I mean, aside from the diehards.
Yeah, and again, the debut didn't go big either. What,
Right.
400,000,
I
if
mean,
that?
it had its moments that caught on with, radio or whatever, but the
Yeah,
best stuff wasn't on the radio.
yeah, maybe you're right. You're 100% right on that. Yeah. All right, you're number seven.
Out of Chicago, Illinois, there's a band called Enuff Z'Nuff, and they did an album called Animals with Human Intelligence, and to me, it's their best album. Taking a song called Master of Pain.
Ooh, that's a good one. I knew you had something off that album.
I could have picked almost every song off. There's only a couple snoozers on this album to me, but it's fucking incredible. And it's a damn shame. I mean, they came along late enough to where they only got a couple good shots, but I mean, their debut had a couple hits.
Yeah, that was their best shot, I thought.
Fly High Michelle. They weren't exactly on a marquee label, so they probably weren't ever gonna, get the stratosphere. They
Yeah.
had the songs, I think, to be bigger than they were.
I agree.
They were revered by the press and by Rolling Stone magazine, especially. I remember. I think Enuff Z'Nuff's a great band. And if you haven't,
I'm with you.
if anybody hasn't heard this album, they need to check it out, especially Masters of Pit.
Yeah, I agree. They put out Strength is my favorite by them, but I think their debut coming out in '89 was their best shot. And you're right, they had a couple of minor hits off of it. Fly Out Michelle was the biggest one, obviously, and then yeah, nothing happened. It seemed like they put out two great albums and no traction. And you're right, the press loved them, other musicians loved them, and just didn't. I think I told the story before. Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. Oh, was it Chips Enough? He happened to meet up at a funeral, and he came up to Corgan and was like, "I don't know if you know me." He's like, "Know you? I have strength in my car right now." He was like, "I fucking know you. Your goddamn band is awesome." But yeah,
the band's out of Chicago.
We're the good old Blues Brothers, boys band from Chicago.
I mean, you look at Cheap Trick. Legendary band. But did they get their due respect? Did they get the fame they should have got?
No.
Not a fucking chance.
Nope.
Like Rodney Dangerfield, get no respect. No respect at all.
What's the matter, Rodney?
I don't get no respect at all.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah. It's amazing that Cheap Trick wasn't a bigger band.
With their catalog of
Yeah.
shit, it's a travesty.
But
all right, Chicago seems to do that to people. I mean, the only band I can think of from there that, aside from the namesake Chicago, the only band that really did shit out of there was Disturbed.
They were based in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Because I know the lead singer. He's from Israel.
Oh, Dave Raymond.
Yeah, he was like in, obviously in the Israeli Defense Force, and he was like a guy's a badass.
I know he's like Jewish or whatever, but I didn't know he was actually from overseas.
Yeah, because the thing is, they probably still do it, but when you graduate from high school, you go right in the military because you're just surrounded by everyone that wants to kill you. It's like, yeah, that's what you do, and then you serve. I forget how many years you're in there, and then you go about what you want to do with your life, go to college or whatever. But as soon as you get your diploma, they're fucking putting you in training, and you're in the military. Yeah. So yeah, he went through it. All right, my number 7. I know this band wasn't bigger. There were a couple of bands that came out this time that had this blues influence, but it's Bad Thing off of Cry for Love's Brother album. It's a great album. It's a tasty goddamn album. There's a couple of songs I could have gone with, but yeah, I went with this one. I just love it's a simple, I wouldn't say blues song, but definitely blues influence song, but it's just so killer. Just so tasty.
I have never heard of that.
Really? I would highly recommend it.
Send me a link. Send me a link after bed. I'll check it out.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great fucking album. I'm gonna play some of that on my show this week. I'll do that. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. It's a great fucking album. I don't know if I think they might have had more after it, but I really haven't dug deeper. This album I got maybe 20 years ago or so. I've had it for a while, but yeah, like obviously it came out in '93. I don't know if they've had another one after. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you off the top of my head. But yeah, this is a good album. It's a solid fucking album. Definitely check it out.
Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah. All right. Your number 8. 8-track off your cassette.
Questionable if you want to consider this a hair metal.
Put in the comments, folks.
But you at this point in time, you could have made the case at least. The Scorpions. It's called Face the Heat. And on there's a song called No Pain, No Gain.
Mm-hmm.
And that fucking song is incredible. Um, there's a lot of stuff on that album that is, in my opinion at least. If I remember right, it's the last album that Herman Rarebell played on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a fucking great drummer. But I mean, Scorpions, Rocky Like a Hurricane obviously was a huge hit, and
Yeah.
Winds That Changed, but they're also another one of the bands that didn't get the type of success that
I was
they
thinking that. And they got a fuckload of albums, a lot of great songs. They had some hits here and there. And you're right, almost like the Cheap Trick of Metal. They just never broke huge. Like you said, Winds of Change might be their biggest song. I can't stand that fucking song. I'll tell you that right now.
I
But
remember
like,
watching them play that song on the World Music Awards when it was still a hit. And I'm thinking, well, this is a pretty fucking big deal considering it's a hard rock and metal band playing
yeah,
that type of awards show. But oh, Face the Heat's just it's a great fucking album. There's a lot of good shit on there. I mean, none of it really was a hit. So I don't remember if that went gold, but I don't think it did. I remember it.
I'd be shocked if it did.
Yeah, it's just everybody was at that plateau, and then everything went away, and
I'm assuming this was their. Was this their? The album after, was it Crazy World?
Yep, it is.
It is. Wow, that's a long gap too. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, again, a band that somehow wasn't huge, just wasn't fucking huge. I don't understand that. To kind of put it in perspective, when Ozzy did and Sabbath did their the fuck was that the whole thing called? The show they did, the Back to the Beginning, is that it?
Yeah.
In
Ozzy's last
Germany,
show.
yeah, in Germany, the Scorpions were playing a show celebrating their 50th year and 50th or 60th. Might have been their 50th year in music, and nobody was talking about it. That
Yeah.
kind of shows what the Scorpions are like, where it's like they should have been bigger, and they were just weren't even thought, afterthought with the Ozzy show, which is a shame because they got a lot of good shit too.
Yeah, I mean, even dating back into the 70s, they had some really, really, really solid shit.
Yeah.
And, the 80s, I mean, to me, it was kind of like Judas Priest, where everything they did that whole fucking decade, after Rock You Like a Hurricane, of course, just skimmed underneath the fucking radar and didn't hardly bump the line at all. And then, when a change comes out, and
I think that during that time, they're trying, a couple other bands are doing it too. Like Kiss also trying to figure it out. How do we keep up with what's popular at the time? And I think one of the couple of things with Winds of Change, ballads were big. And it was at the time, it was, about current events and shit going on, and it just clicked with everybody. I think it would, if let's say that song doesn't get big, no one's talking about Scorpions. Like, it just wasn't a thing. They had a couple of minor hits here and there in the late 80s, but they weren't massive until that song came out, and then it was everywhere. Then it was fucking everywhere.
I think between Rock You Like a Hurricane and When It Changed, the only song I remember, getting much airplay would have been Rhythm of Love.
That and shit, what was another one? No One Like You was pretty big too.
Oh yeah.
That was a big one. That was a pretty big one. But you're right, yeah, a lot of stuff really didn't. What was it? Tease Me? Was it Tease Me, Please Me was one? That was that got
yeah,
that
was
got
on crazy. That was on Crazy World, just like When It Changed.
yes, that got
Passion
some
Rules the
play.
Game.
Yep.
But
Yep.
that was on Savage Amusement, just like Rhythm of Love was.
What album was? What is it? She's a man, he's a woman. Is that the? I forget what album that's off of. But there was a story that they were. I forgot what city they were in, and they see like this prostitute, like, hey baby, come over here. And the guy, I don't know, I think he might have been in a car or something. He comes up and he's like, actually, I'm a dude. I don't know if you guys know this. And they wrote the song off of it. Like, oh shit, okay, that's not what I was gonna pay for, but all right. Well, yeah, that's where they got the song from. That came out before Aerosmith doing "Dude Looks Like a Lady" because I remember that coming up when that song came out from Aerosmith. So probably early mid-ish '80s, and that I think she's a man, he's a woman. That's the name. I'll put it down there. Shit. The bottom's always right. All right, that was your 8.
It was.
All right, my 8. A band I didn't know. Another band I didn't know at the time. Got into more recently. Trevor from Crash Course will fucking praise this album, and rightfully so. But it's the lead-off track from Gotthard's "Dial Hard Higher." I could have picked so many songs off of this. I said, "Fuck it, I'll go with the most well-known one." But yeah, it's a fucking killer album. I wish I knew about this back then. So many goddamn good songs. I don't like their cover of "Come Together" though, of the album. Because you have that iconic bass line. They did it with guitars. Like, what are you doing?
Oh.
Oh, the bass player got to say any kind of voice in this band.
I mean, I'm not a Beatles fan by really any stretch of the imagination, but at least Aerosmith did it right when they covered it.
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
I mean, there's some songs you can't fuck with the legacy, and that would be one of them.
Exactly. But I think that's the only skip I would do on this album. It's a fucking great album.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, it's amazing how many bands that people find out about later on that you almost kick yourself in the ass for not knowing about them sooner.
Yeah, I think I know about. I think it's Trevor through Trevor. I want to say we did a 4 squared, and this is one of the albums. I don't remember what the other 3 were. And he's like, check it out. We'll go over the. And I put this thing on. I remember driving in the car from work, and this thing is. I go, holy shit! Every song is fucking rocking on this goddamn album. And I even said that to him in the show. I'm like, I was incredibly impressed with this album. It's unbelievably good. And again, '93 didn't go anywhere. Yeah, that's the story of a lot of these albums.
I agree.
All right, how about your number 9? Wow, almost through the tape already.
Oh, you touched this album earlier. Vince Neil, Exposed. For this, I'm going to take Sister of Pain.
It's a good one.
I
That's
love
a great one, actually.
I love Exposed quite a bit. And it was a dead toss up between this and Fine Fine Wine.
That's a good one, too.
I love both songs equally. This, I just was thinking about today when I was at work. I'm like, which one am I going to pick? Then all I could hear in my head was, there's a little place down south of LaGrange where the whiskey flows and the night goes on for days. And I'm like, Omen. So
there you go.
a random lyric to be fucking stuck in your head while driving a semi down the road.
I think that's off that album. That's probably one of the more crewish songs. I can see Motley Crue doing something like that, a song like that.
Absolutely. I really remember the video because there was more than one cut of that video.
Yeah.
And I like the cut that was on the Playboy channel.
Who wouldn't?
I mean, remember Janine Lindenmulder was in that video. Featuring This is Jesse James from Monster Garage. So, and obviously porn actress, which explains Vince's fascination with her. But it's a great fucking tune. Damn.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. There's so many good songs. You're right. There's so many good songs off that album. Dartboard.
And even the stuff that didn't make that album, there was a couple covers and a few more originals that didn't make the cut. They did a cover of Blondes Have More Fun by Rod Stewart, and it was on the Japanese version of the album, which I have. And they did a cover of I Want to Be Sedated by the Ramones.
No shit. I gotta check those out.
24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated.
Yeah, I think it was the single of Sister of Pain has both of them on it.
Okay.
They're also both. I can't remember how much I paid for the Japanese version of Exposed back in the '90s when it actually had to be shipped over here.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how big of a fan of Motley Crue I am, I guess.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, both of them covers were great, and I can't remember the name of the originals right off the top of my head that were recorded but not released, or at least not on the album. I guess I haven't bothered looking on YouTube to see if they're out there somewhere.
I'm sure they are. I know I've heard the version I Want to Be Sedated. That I've heard of. But the other one, the other cover, nah. I haven't heard that. That was more interesting to me. That's what I picked.
Dude, it's got that fucking swagger, and as I've said about a lot of songs, what you hear in the background of a fucking bar fight, Vince's version of Blondes Have More Fun is one of those songs.
Oh, I'll put the clip in right here. And Steven Seagal kicking
There goes the fucking
ass.
pool cue. There goes the pitcher of beer.
Yep. All right, my number 9. I'm surprised. I don't think this band has ever come up on this show or any shows we've been on. I heard about oh man, I want to say 20 some odd years ago I first heard of this album, and this is the song that got me into the band and specifically this album, but Got No Shame by Brother Kane.
My dear sweet brother Noopsy.
I saw this and I was like, shit, I gotta put this on this mixtape. This is a fucking killer song. The whole album's good. The whole album's goddamn good. But yeah,
yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you they had more albums or not. I have no idea.
They did. I know they had one more.
That's what. All right, okay.
After then I want to say Damon Johnson left to do something else, or I mean, now if you know who Damon Johnson is, he's had a storied career as a guitar player, as a songwriter. I mean, think Bushwalker, right?
Yeah.
I mean, started off back then, and then transformed himself. So I love Brother Kane, and they are actually on my honorables.
Oh, nice. All right. How you closing out your tape?
Save the best for last, right? Spell I'm Under by Winger.
Ooh, nice.
I tried to pick off this album. It's pulling fucking teeth.
I know. I almost had Down Incognito on mine too.
It was between that, Junkyard Dog, and Spell I'm Under. And
so many
it was
songs.
10 minutes before we started filming this, and I'm here with a pen on my list, scratching off something. And yeah, I actually Junkyard Dog was a toss up between it and us until Go Time. So
yeah,
but Spell I'm Under, it's a very, very deep cut. You'd be hard pressed probably to ask any casual fan what the song sounds like. They probably never heard it, never knew.
Yeah.
The fucking chorus is just insane.
Yeah, what else am I gonna say about this album? It's so fucking good. I don't know if I said this a couple of shows ago. Their latest album, 7, has the same vibes as Pull.
Very much so.
Yeah, and it's like, damn,
I'm a big fan of the album 7, especially the song Tears of Blood.
Yeah.
I've mentioned that to several people. I know I've mentioned it to you. And I fucking love that song. It is incredible.
Yeah, I remember when it came out. When it come out 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3. Well, I
Yeah, and
guess
I
it's
remember.
26 now, so 2 or 3.
Okay, so I remember listening, going, "Holy shit, this is fucking killer!" Like, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting it. Like, oh, Wayne's got a new album out. Let me check it out. And I'm listening to going, God damn, this seems like this should be the follow up to Paul. Same exact sound and vibe and feel. And I'm like, damn, this is fucking
Yeah,
unbelievably good.
they released some good stuff, between those two albums.
They have.
What the hell was the name of that one? Like Better Days Ahead was one of them. And there
Hmm.
was a song on there called Midnight Driver of a Love Machine. And that's got a little bit of a modern twist, but it's got that sing along type chorus to it. So it's like a mix between, we'll say, Pull and the first album.
Yeah.
Um, Catchy as shit. God, I love that
Mhm.
song.
I've said this numerous times. This band was way too talented for the shit they got. This what
And
the
I mean,
fuck? There you go. Yep, yep.
so yeah, way,
Nice.
way,
Awesome.
way, way too good of a band to have caught the hell they got.
Of course, yeah. Well,
Lars Ulrich, go fuck yourselves.
he does. I'm sorry. He doesn't hold a candle to any of them in Winger. Talent wise, just no, no, no. Maybe that's why he was all he's throwing darts at him. He's pissed off and jealous. Who the hell knows? All right. Well, my last track. I'm closing out. I think every single mixtape I've done on this show. Every year this band released an album, I've had one of their songs on there. I've talked about them numerous times. Got them hanging up behind on the wall over there, and it's the title track from Lillian Axe's "Psycho Schizophrenia." That's just a fucking killer tune. The whole album, again, another album, throw a dart at would have been fine. I almost had Crucified, Moonlight in Your Blood's a good one. Deep Freeze is killer, but this is the one that closes out the album. I figured let me close out my mixtape with it. And at the time, I remember feeling like this is something that could have been on an earlier album. It was a little more leaning towards that. By 93, you had these bands either trying and failing or trying and putting out really good albums to change their sound or be more up to date with what's going on. I always said, Pull by Winger, Motley Crue 94, this album, there's another one I'm going blank on, and Dog Eat Dog by Warrant, were those four where the band went into a different direction and put out a fucking kick-ass album. I mean, I always said this, the first four Lillian Axe albums are fucking amazing to me. This being the last one, but yeah, this song is just fucking killer.
I, really do like Lillian Axe. They fly under the radar. And this is another one of the bands that I got myself in. Well, my cat got me into. I was thumbing through a Metal Edge, and I hadn't heard Lillian Axe yet. I mean, I didn't have anybody that was necessarily into the deeper bands like that. So I remember seeing the ad and that old lady.
Oh, for Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
Terrible album cover.
I mean, that caught my attention. So I remember ordering that album.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into it. And then I remember seeing an ad for fucking several things that they had done. I mean, I found some old magazines too, but I remember didn't they have a home video that came out?
That I couldn't tell you.
I thought I saw
couldn't tell
an ad
you.
for that, but Ron Taylor has a fucking great voice.
Yeah, I love his voice.
And they got some great songs.
Stephen Blaze is a fantastic guitarist and songwriter. Said it numerous times. This band should have been big, and just first they're on MCA. MCA fucks over their artists all the time. Anyway,
Them, Trickster, the list goes on.
Yep. Because I got into them when I saw Dream of a Lifetime and Headbangers Ball when the debut came out in '88, and I've been a fan ever since. And it was like I bought that on cassette 'cause I'm an old fuck. The follow-up Love and War that came out the next year, I got that in cassette 'cause I'm an old fuck. Poetic Justice actually won from a radio station. They happened to be in the studio and they're like 10th caller gets a copy, blah, blah, blah. That's how I got that. And I remember getting this. I don't remember if I heard it somewhere or if I happened to be in a record store and saw it. I'm like, holy shit, they have a new album. And yeah, it doesn't disappoint. It just doesn't disappoint. It's so much good stuff. You're right. And you're right. Ron Taylor's voice, unbelievable. They put out some decent stuff after he left, but nothing like those first four albums. Then they had Fields of Yesterday, all unreleased stuff, which is really good. And the live album is fucking amazing. One of my favorite
live album I have not heard.
Oh my God, it is so goddamn good. They did it in one take. They said, all right, hit record. This is it. All right, we're good. And released it. It's unbelievable. It's one of my favorite live albums. It's that fucking good.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I highly recommend that. Definitely. If you like Lillian Axe, check out that fucking live album. All right, what honorables you got for 93?
Oh, well, My Last Action Hero by Tesla.
Okay.
Hard Act to Follow by Brother Kane.
Oh, nice.
I fucking love that song. It's my favorite one off the album.
Okay.
But another soundtrack song for you. Hey Good Looking by C.C. DeVille.
Oh my God.
His on the Son-in-Law soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh.
He put together a virtual supergroup for that recording.
Yeah.
Spike from Choir Boys was singing on it. James Kotak from Kingdom Come, later the Scorpions and whatnot, played drums. I can't remember who the bass player was.
I don't off the top of my head either. I'll say this, Spike has a fantastic voice too. I like his voice a lot too.
Well, I had heard of Choir Boys, but then, he sung on this song for CC. And I remember it took me a long time to actually find somewhere where I could buy a London Choir Boys CD.
Oh, shit.
I ended up ordering one from somewhere, I don't remember. And that was like 15 years ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And the song 7 O'Clock.
Yep.
Fucking great song. Yeah, I like
great.
I like the feel of what they did.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got a cool voice. It's got that gravelly tone to it. I mean, as much as a nice, silky smooth voice is, I like guys that have some fucking balls to their voice too.
I'm with you on that.
A personality to the music.
Because some of my favorite vocalists, Spike, I like. Ron Taylor, we already covered. Jizzy Pearl from Love Hate, I love his voice. Yeah, that grittiness, like they eat cigarettes for breakfast kind of sound, and they wash it down with a glass of broken glass. I love that shit. It sounds so goddamn good. Even Piercy,
I can see the fucking picture right now that you add in or somebody trying to drink broken glass and epically failing.
Part of this nutritious breakfast. That's it for your honorables?
Yeah, I had a few more, but they were all off albums that I've already mentioned.
Yeah, okay. Because I had a few, I don't have a lot either, but like I said, Real World by Queensryche off the Last Action Hero soundtrack. Big Guns off the same soundtrack by AC/DC's fucking killer. I don't know how much you'd call this hair metal, but I love this tune, Rain Will Fall by I Mother Earth off their album Dig. That's a really good song. I'm surprised this hasn't come up yet, but Shake My Tree from Coverdale Page off their album. There's some good stuff on that album.
Yeah, I got that album and I kind of just went past it, just thinking, well, not really hair metal-ish. So there was a few things I could have picked from other bands that would have fit a hard rock criteria for sure. And there was one album that I couldn't pick anything off of because it's a lot of good shit on it, which doesn't make much sense because I could pick between songs off Exposed and Pole and whatnot. But there's a band called Cherry Street.
Ooh, I know them, yeah.
And an album called Squeeze It Dry. And
okay.
I couldn't fucking pick a specific tune off of it just because I dig it all, exactly equally.
Yeah.
There's not a high or a low spot. And I'm like, well, fuck, I can make a pick off these other albums, so be it.
I get that. Yeah, sometimes it's tougher to pick a song when you like all these songs off an album. I get that.
It's a fucking dilemma, especially like in the case of this with Def Leppard, with Winger, with Vince Neil, with Asphalt Ballet. Fuck, I already had enough shit where I had to make a fucking tough decision. But yeah, I would say definitely if anybody hasn't heard of Cherry Street, check them out.
Yeah, that's a good album. I agree with that. Well, all right. So if you got a mixtape that you have put together for 93, put it right there in the comments. Tell us what you got, your favorite songs from the year. Jay, why don't you tell us where the good folks can find you at?
Oh, find me on Instagram, find me on X, find me on Facebook, find me hanging out under the fucking stairs here away from Jason's beat off posters.
Oh, God.
And while you're at it, keep an eye out on the same socials for my band Sweet Damage. Got some new shit coming in a couple months. That's going to be pretty badass.
Cool. Can't wait to hear that. All right, let me go through my shit. You can find me on X at HB Basement. Always talking music there. Download the Station That app and listen to my radio show every Friday night, 8:30 to hear deep hair metal tracks and go through the usual YouTube shit. Put a comment down. Again, whatever you got in your mixtape. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, or go to hell. All that stuff. And until the next time, keep your hair high and your metal horns even higher. Take care. Take care.
Where are you going?
Got to catch the red eye.
Brian, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know, really.